God forbid a white boy get a little whimsy.
Dragons.
I might have been a little spooked. What the fuck?
It's because you're fucking scared of clowns.
I'm Freddy Fazbear.
I cannot believe it's that high on your list.
I just have to keep reminding myself that divorce is expensive.
Welcome back to Better Dig 2, the husband and wife horror podcast, bringing our couch conversations to the masses. I'm your host, Maddie.
And I'm your host, Shrade.
Grab a seat on the couch and let's talk horror.
Maddie, my love and or opposition.
Both.
This week, we continue our 5 years, 50 fears, HHN houses ranking list.
Mm-hmm.
The house has been dark, a little stormy.
A little bit of tension. Some side eyes.
Yeah, we can't get in a car ride together without one of us bringing up,
Can't believe you did that.
Yeah, I can't believe you snubbed Goblin's Feast like that. I'm still upset.
I can't believe you snubbed Slaughter Cinema like that.
I stand by my choice.
Well, I stand by mine.
Well, we might as well get into the torment of this week. Are you ready to go with these horrifying hot takes?
Let's take a breather.
Okay.
Real quick. Just got a couple of little, just tiny little HHN updates.
Right.
So, since the last recording, we went over the Easter spec map and found some new information out since then. So, the show at the old Fear Factor stage where Nightmare Fuel usually is,
the boxes.
there was
right?
like the 4 little boxes that had no clue. There was some pictures posted that, and I'll toss them up here, that looks just like a Jack show.
Okay.
I don't know if it was the Jacked Up show or it just said Jack's back. So one of those years, and it had 4 boxes that, spelt out Jack. But then there was like the Jacked Up, and it looked like the Jack in the Box.
That was part of our speculation, right?
Yeah,
we
said
it a little.
We had heard that it was possibly a Jack show, but that just feels like a lot of Jack. So, but I did also see that the Nightmare Queen from the Nightmare Fuel group, she shared, I think it was on her Insta story or something, and it said, like, at HHN Orlando, will we see an additional iconic Ringmaster of Fear return this year? So the last couple of years, the show has been, Nightmare Fuel. Like last year was Circus of Decay. The year before that was Circus something. So the last 2 years, it's been a circus theme.
So if that's true,
Yeah.
it's circus again.
Well, that's what they did the 3 years before. It was like the same show kind of 3 years in a row, and they would tweak it a little bit. I think that was 3. So it's like, it's kind of, a pattern.
That's fine.
So maybe it's kind of a joint thing. It's still Nightmare Fuel, but they're kind of incorporating Jack in it. I don't know.
I'm curious to see how they would balance Jack's, comedy with Nightmare Fuel's kind of, death-defying stunts, pyrokinetics.
The only thing, the flip of that, though, is that I'm almost wondering, it's like, is that her way of like poking HHN, be like, hey, are we coming back?
Surely
I don't know.
Not.
I don't know.
That would be kind of unprofessional.
Yeah, but so I don't know if she was talking more about are we returning, the Fuel Girls, or is it, a hinting at some kind of Jack involvement in a Nightmare Fuel show?
Okay.
But that was just a little bit more, or actually some kind of, not confirmation, but some puzzle pieces fitting together with those 4 little boxes. So
Okay.
The only other thing I have is that on the Lagoon show, they're saying it's heavily rumored to be IP based.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, I feel like it was last year because there was like a lot of Universal Monsters in that Lagoon show, but then there was also just kind of
there was like a general like
classic Halloween
classic
vibes.
It was great. It was a good vibe.
Oh,
like
yeah.
even if they did a carbon copy of last year's, I'd still be fine because I'd still go watch it once or twice. Like while we're gonna be down there.
Yeah. So. Okay. All right. That's out of the way.
Okay.
You ready to get in this?
I'll let you do your thing because we've talked. Again, we're going in blind. We don't really know
We
what's
still
going to
have
happen.
not seen each other's list, so
Yeah, when we were making the list, my number 25 was the linchpin that was helping me dissect where if you were going to go in the
fell
top
above or below
or
it.
below. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to go line by line on most of them and just ask myself, did I love this house more than this house? So, okay, so this is part 2 of our house rankings of HHN 30 through 34. So if you have not seen part 1, which was last week's episode, go watch that. We ranked from 50 to 26. So this will be our top half and see which houses grabbed the gold for each of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I continue to look at my list, and every time I look at it, I get just a little bit more upset at you.
I will say some of my favorites, at least my top 5, were not in your bottom 25. I think we really would have had some issues if any of my top 5 were in your bottom half.
You slayed one of my top 10.
You have too.
Good.
So you know what?
Good.
All's fair in love and horror.
Okay. Kick us off, dear.
Okay. So my number 25 is The Weeknd.
Okay. You definitely had that way higher than me.
Yeah, but still not, it definitely wasn't a top 10. I will give it the fact that the scares weren't very good. Some of the scenes they picked felt lacking.
Props weren't great.
It felt kind of empty in a lot of spots. But the vibes of that house, and the music, and
it was the best cue that year. It was the best line that year.
Okay. Well, anyways, vibes were great. So I think it just holds a lot of memories, a lot of good memories, a lot of good times. So that's why it goes higher on my list.
Okay.
Okay.
I can accept that. My number 25, and then the linchpin of my entire list, is Bugs Eaten Alive. I absolutely adore that house.
I'm kind of surprised it's not higher.
Well, it's the comedy portion of the house. Again, like I'm a sucker for like a good like little comedy bit, but there are so many more houses for me that give you a little bit more storytelling. The BuzzCon callback is great because it's like this storyline that we're getting to see as we progressed. So I'm curious how they're going to tie that again with Vanity Ball or, whatever the cosmetic styled IP is.
Okay. 25.
Did you have it higher?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
I loved Bugs Eaten Alive.
Look, I have the little grub guy in the corner just doing this little number.
I loved
that. Fantastic.
Which I'm a sucker for like 50s styling.
That's true. And for me, it's not as, it's definitely not nostalgic for either of us because we're just 30. But
I thought the whole set of that house was just so good. So
agreed.
Okay, 24. Mine was Ghostbusters.
Okay. I had mine a little bit higher. And why did you put it so low? Well, I don't want to say so low because, again, we're talking top half.
Okay, so I'm not the biggest Ghostbusters fan. I mean, it's fun. I've seen the original, and then I hadn't seen any of the subsequent ones up until Afterlife. So
okay,
I didn't watch the like all female one. I never really got into Ghostbusters, but I did really enjoy Afterlife, even though I probably didn't catch a lot of the like references, to the old stuff. But then I didn't watch Frozen Empire before this house. So some of it was just kind of lost on me.
It had the best snacks. Best theme snack that year.
Yes.
Little s'mores.
Those were fun.
Ooh.
That was the little the mini Stay Puffs though.
Yeah.
Those rooms were just so fun. You know, so it was a super fun house, and there was so much detail in it. You know, every walkthrough, especially in those rooms where the little mini Stay Puff guys were everywhere.
Yeah.
Like just trying to see a different little interaction they were doing somewhere on a shelf, you know. So that one was fun because it was like you were never going to be able to see all of it.
No.
You know, every walkthrough you saw something new.
And it was a great cold effect. I'm a sucker for
Oh yeah,
that.
cold
so.
house,
Mhm.
stilt walkers, you know, good house.
Yeah.
Again, how my top half here, I don't hate any of them.
Right.
You know, and it was so hard to rank some of these, and some of them that fell low, it's as low as they fell. I'm like, golly, like it was so hard to put it there because I did love that house, but there was just so many more that just were still better.
I can agree.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
number 24.
Mm-hmm.
Case Files Unearthed.
Okay.
I'm
Not too much higher than mine.
No, I'm a big Harry Dresden fan of the
Yeah.
Dresden Files. This felt very akin to that.
Yeah.
So it had me again. First year, first house.
Mhm.
It's something special,
Yeah.
and it will forever be like one of those. Give me more, and
Mhm.
I just want more.
I know. I'm really hoping. I guess technically this was also maybe a HHN teaser clue something. Boris Schuster's office
Mm-hmm.
had a popcorn bag with a clown on it
Really?
posted on the bulletin board that you can see through the window, and it's got like a little like a string with a sticky note with a question mark on it. So
Okay, that's cool. I
you know,
like
they've done that the last few, or at least since the Boris Schuster tribute store.
they need the continuation of that.
They
because the story in
they
there.
changed stuff in that window, you know, during spec season, like last year with the little totems, or
Mhm.
the little idols. So it's fun to see just some little clues in there. So
Agreed.
I'd love to see another Boris Schuster tribute store because I mean we're gonna get one at some point.
We have to.
It was just part one, like it said.
Yeah.
That tribute store was part one, so hopefully soon.
Agreed.
Okay, all right, number 23. Mine was A Quiet Place.
Okay. Yeah, we've already talked about Quiet Place for
Mhm.
me. It was 40
Yeah,
for me.
I thought it was really cool. I mean, definitely could have been better in some spots, but the big puppets were impressive. You know, did like the Hollywood one better than the Orlando one though.
Yeah, it was the better of the two. Had the better entrance. We touched on that last
Yeah.
week, but again, not a terrible house. It just was not for me. Trying to execute a quiet house, especially like in an event like this where people are
Mhm.
drinking or like a bunch of kids are
Yeah.
trying to outdo each other on how scared they can be in front
Mhm.
of you. It's just the worst.
Yeah. Okay, what was your 23?
My number 23, which could be slightly controversial, is Legends Collide.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say
I figured you were gonna dislike
a little it's a bit controversial. I loved that house.
that. In my defense, I thought it was a good house. You have a special place for it because you got touched by a scare actor, a little boop on the nose. For me, it was like it was fine. It was just I feel like we didn't need Dracula in it. I would have rather just had a little bit of like mummy and werewolf doing.
You're just mad because Creature wasn't in it.
I'm
just
not
salty about it.
No, listen, there is a house later on that is going to, like, the best Icon's house is yet to come, in my opinion. So, you know, that's just where I have it.
Mm.
Don't be mad. It was
I
fine.
don't really like that take either.
Well, you'll be fine. Because I think you're going to hate 22 as well.
Oh, lovely. Okay. 22. My 22 is Jason Universe. So I know it's higher than yours. It would have been
Mm-hmm.
a lot higher on my list just because I really am a big fan of Jason. And I was really looking forward to that house last year.
That's the scariest house that they've ever done. You remember those rumors?
No.
Yeah, people were saying that the Jason house was the scariest house that they've done in like the last decade.
And that was after Insidious.
Yeah, they were saying that it was going to be the one to beat Insidious.
Oh God, I never heard that.
Yeah.
And whoever said that was a little off base. But it still falls. This is I already talked about this, but it was the same character, just a bunch of Jasons, and
His
the
mom was
little
in it.
the little swing sound when they would, and the whoosh when he would swing, his machete or whatever. And it was just that same thing throughout the house. I've seen that executed in a better manner.
Yep.
And that will be talked about up above and higher on my list. So that part, it's like, I know that concept can be done better, but it still falls in my top half because great setting, the camp, the woods, the cabin, the set was really good.
Yeah. The chocolate machete was not. It was like the donut and then the barbecue that year.
Oh, yeah.
Neither of those were very good items for me.
Yeah. Listen, we're gonna do a whole food episode. We're gonna have to.
I feel like you. I mean, just not to go off on a super big tangent. You look incredible. I still look like I was part of the Big Back Council. So, yeah, we definitely have to.
Yeah,
we'll have to go back to our roots.
A whole food and drink episode because that is such a big part of HHN.
For sure.
Okay.
My number 22. Beetlejuice.
Oh, well, that it falls higher on your list than it does mine. Remember I said that. When I got to it, I was like, wait, he hadn't said this yet. So it's really surprising to me that it fell higher on your list than it did mine.
Well, like I remember again, like mom and I were big like avid fans.
Yeah.
And so like for me, there's that nostalgia, like watching it with her for the first time, like eating popcorn on the couch, like cuddle up, like, this is a scary movie.
I had nothing bad to say about Beetlejuice. I enjoyed the crap out of that house. And honestly, because that was a 21 house, I don't remember it having as much plexiglass because it was more of a spaced out.
Yeah. And it was more of a spectacle than it was like a traditional haunt. Where
it was the fun house that year.
Yeah. And
so
I think the thing too is like when you have a character like Beetlejuice, just through what you've seen on his media, there's going to be many iterations of the same character doing zany, fun things. Almost in like The Mask, kind of, like what you're getting with The Mask. So having kind of a more horror stylized where you don't get that character fatigue. Like again, the Jason house was very much like it's the same thing over and over again.
That's it. Now, the Beetlejuice, they used to have the graveyard review. And I would love to see that at HHN.
That would be fun. I would like to just see the guy who does the regular day-to-day Beetlejuice just be out at HHN and just harass people in random scare zones.
Yeah.
Because he does a fantastic job.
Yeah, that would be fun. Because I don't think that year that he was out at HHN, which would have, he would have thought he would have been. But, yeah.
I just looked at my 21.
Oh, God.
Yep, my bad. What do you got?
Okay. My 21, Dueling Dragons. So yours was, I know, a little further down.
Yeah.
But that was one of them that, one of the rare ones that I was like explaining it to you after having to point stuff out just because you get so focused. You get your blinders on sometimes. And
how?
I just tend to like look around. I'm like, wow.
Well, again, like, yes, I missed the dragon and the dueling dragons the first time through.
The giant dragon.
Look, hand up. That was my bad. I love the troll. I love the skeleton knights. I thought it was super cool. The way that it had the choose your own adventure at the end was great. I'm in. Like, I enjoyed the house. But how dare you put this above Goblin's Feast?
Listen, dragons and Merlin and wizards, that is more my brand of fantasy. Goblins and trolls and shit is your brand of fantasy.
Yeah, it's cool guy fantasy.
Dragons.
Dude, most of the time, people in your fantasy are calling wyvern dragons. I don't even want to hear it.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, we're not going to
Okay.
get on that elitist fantasy take.
What is your 21?
Our patron saint here at the very table, Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. I had it 21. I know how much you love that house. It's a good house. It's a great house. Again,
It's because you're fucking scared of clowns.
No,
You literally ran out at the
No.
end of that house.
No.
And I'm about to get some receipts.
they're liars.
Because you literally skedaddled on the last,
Look.
our first run through that house. One of the clowns jumped out at the end and you ran out the door.
I was busy looking at the Minotaur in the tutu, and then they had that fuck ass clown pop out of nowhere, and I might have been a little spooked.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if we're gonna call each other out on houses that we got freaked out in, like, this is not fair.
Yeah. Which one? Call me out.
That's it. It's not fair. I don't have one that I can be like, Maddie, you were terrified through there. So, boo to you, dude. I can't.
Ugh, that's such a bad take.
Look, it was a great house. It's just what I have next. You're gonna be mad about that. Like anything. I think really.
I think you just curated this list just to make me mad.
No, I did not. But I knew that you were gonna be spiteful. I could.
Spiteful.
Oh yeah, I knew. Like the.
I didn't put anything on my list at a spot just to spite you. I think
It
you
feels
did
like
for
it.
sure.
It
Because
feels
that's
like I've
what
been
these
stung.
few feel like together. God.
What's your 21?
20.
What's your 20?
Okay.
Sorry.
My 20 is Exorcist Believer.
Okay. So we talked about that at the very end. That was my number 26.
So mine wasn't too much higher. I made the points about that one room.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like that one room made that whole house for me.
Yeah, the summoning, like,
the
it was pretty sweet.
glowing floor and the girl like floating and then again the beginning. I get a woods. I'm always happy with a house that has woods.
Except for Getty Campground Kill.
Again, I have nothing against it. I just could not find anywhere higher to put it because they're all so good.
Okay.
So
Okay. Remember that. Like, that's the same mentality. Let's keep it right here. They're all so good. Above Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins, I, at my number 20, have Major Sweets Candy Factory.
okay.
I know you put it down on your list.
Yeah, mine was 34. Which that was one of yours that was just you really enjoyed
was
that
me
house.
coded, for
and I
sure.
did enjoy it. Just thought it was executed better in the Scare Zone.
I thought it was again. I'm not gonna keep beating this dead horse. I think it's the most effective use of the Fast and Furious house that we've got so far.
I don't know. I honestly would argue that I think Jason did better in that Scare Zone or in that setting.
It was just the same. Jason had one really cool set piece where you're going through like a bunch of houses between cabins or whatever, and that was probably the best thing. Where this, like, you felt like you were in a factory the entire time. You were in this industrial, going room to room to room to room, and for me, it had GACs. I love that, which is a guest operated.
Yeah, we have those in a lot of houses.
Again,
And I don't even really remember what they were in that house.
candy dish right out of the gate. Like, first room you go into, sprays water as soon as you touch it. It doesn't matter. Go watch a walkthrough of it. Some people will think it's cool, and I'm one of those people.
Okay. So what was your 20?
Major Sweets Candy Factory.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll cut
You're
that.
good. What's your number 19?
So you might be a little... Again, didn't hate the house. It's just... It's just not gonna make it higher on my list. So, number 19, Fallout.
You were not as much of a fan of Fallout as me. I am your husband. I have committed to this relationship for a very long time. I have Fallout Higher.
I figured you would. I knew you would, just because you love Fallout.
That is correct. I'm a little hurt, awestruck. You forcibly watched me play the video game for hours upon hours. You were forced to watch the dope show on
I love the show. Love the show.
It was incredible.
Okay. The house was good. I don't know. It could have been.
It had the best themed snacks that year.
Oh my God. Is that where you're ranking all these?
No, not all of them.
Okay. What was your number 19?
I had Triplets of Terror.
Oh, that is kind of high.
Yeah, you had it real low. And I was kind of bummed that you had it as low as
I'm surprised you have it that high.
I think that the triplets mentality, it's hillbilly horror, which I love. You go house to house. The dog scene was one of the things that I was like, oh no,
yeah,
sweet pupper. And then just the gratuitous amount of violence that you could see just through the storytelling, I thought was really effective.
Yeah,
and I liked they tried something a little weird with the whole podcast intro where you're kind of walking through their kills as it's being narrated. I thought that was really cool.
Okay. Okay, 18. I had Terrifier. And you have got to admit that that is pretty high for me, not being a fan of the franchise.
I'm upset.
I know. That's fine. I'm not a fan of Terrifier. Made that super clear from the get-go in our pilot episode. I just Art the Clown is like the Cookie Monster of horror.
Don't
like the Cookie Monster pants, Art the Clown, same thing.
Honestly, that ensemble we've probably seen at a Walmart.
That's why.
Okay.
I enjoyed the house more than I expected I would. I will say that. I think I
just thought you enjoyed it more than this, honestly.
Nope. And the split path, they hyped up the whole you're gonna get absolutely drenched, and then it was just. I know they said they dialed it back, which we went
it flooded.
We went later in October or mid-October last year, so people were saying that they were, which it was just dumb. They were like, "Oh, it's raining blood," and it was just you just walked through it. There was nothing.
A real bad sprinkler system.
Yeah. There was just nothing. I don't know. It was hyped up for no reason, and I thought it was just to draw people.
Terrifier at 18. That's painful.
It had some fun, kind of like the House of Mirrors effect, where you'd see Art here, but he's actually here. That was fun because it would draw your attention, and then the scare would actually come from, the misdirection of it. Again, I enjoyed the house much more than I thought I was going to, but I am just not a big Art fan. So the fact that it made my top 20 is kind of surprising.
We will agree to disagree on that one.
Okay. What's your number 18?
Freddy Fazbear. It was Five Nights at Freddy's for me.
Okay.
I thought it was good. It's a great house.
Where was mine? Oh, mine was 31.
Yeah. So you had it a little bit lower, and that's fine.
I'm just not a big Five Nights fan.
Yeah. We watched the second one the other day, and it was more of the same. I think really Matthew Lillard's the only thing and Josh Hutcherson. I like both of those guys.
We got Skeet in the second one, which was cool.
That was kind of fun.
A cameo, but
the puppets were cool.
They were, and they were, they put a lot of work into them, but they were just. They didn't do a lot. The
fact that it was the Jim Henson Puppet Company that got to work with HHN, I thought that was really, really cool. So for me, I like puppets. She does not.
I do. I like cool, intricate puppets.
You like intricate puppets that are like based around these things. I'm talking stuff like Labyrinth. I'm talking
See, I'm like the Quiet Place, like the puppets they used in Quiet Place.
Yeah, but I'm
those are my.
I generally just like puppets. Like, I think they're fun, whimsical.
Okay. All right. 17. Mine was the museum, Deadly Exhibits. Listen, I'm a nerd. Like a book nerd.
Yeah.
You're just like a nerd.
What's that supposed to mean? What that mean?
So I really enjoyed museum Deadly Exhibits when we went, and that was our first RIP year, so we got to run it a couple of times. The whole story with the rotting stone,
Which you had to read about in order to get that, and then like they had to do a deep dive on it just to get that information out there, because the storytelling was not what it should have been, in my opinion.
I thought it was a great house.
L take.
It's like horror night at the museum.
Yeah, I had it at 35.
Well, that's an L take.
Whatever, dude.
Sorry, you're uncultured.
Uncultured? That's rude.
Yep. Okay, what was your 17?
WWE presents the horrors of the White Six.
You know what? I am surprised it's that high on your list.
Look, I am a big Macho Man Randy Savage fan. And so my professional wrestling is not as accredited to many of my friends, enemies, nemesis. But it was a really cool house. The story of Bray Wyatt is just so tragic and so cool.
I bawled my eyes out.
Yeah.
We watched that documentary to get ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
I cried. And I was going into it. It was like just obligatory. I've got to have some background.
HHN homework. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the end of it, I was just like, oh my God. Like,
yeah, I found myself really rooting for this house, and I was excited. Yeah. And I think the scares in there were really well executed.
Mm-hmm.
And they still kept the showmanship of like WWE in it, and that was really cool. The way that they had like the different scenes, and then each character got the spotlight. So really, I enjoyed it. I really did, and way more than I thought I would.
Yep. Okay. Obviously, that one's higher on my list because I haven't said it yet.
You like big, strong dudes, though. Yeah. So I
that
figured
was
it would be
not the reason I liked that house as much as I did.
Okay.
Okay. So 16. Ooh, you might be a little sad about this. Wicked Growth.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What?
That was
Wicked Growth.
Yeah.
They gave us this boy.
I know.
Our Gordon Savior, Maddie.
Honestly,
really?
I'm gonna blame this one on you.
No,
I am.
You can't.
Do you want to know why?
No, I really don't.
Let's take a little walk down memory lane here. Back to our first year at HHN. Someone was a little too excited.
God forbid a white boy get a little whimsy. All right.
And we first night, again, had no fucking idea what to expect. We had Express for this first night, and I was cool to go the whole time. Had no problem with it.
You had a problem.
But I just needed a break every once in a while.
Nope.
And
all
then
gas.
We go through a house, and I'm like, hey, after this one, let's go get some food. Okay, yeah. And then we get out of that house, and then you drag me immediately into another line. And I was like, I was promised food after the last one. So you were like, keep holding my hand.
It was awesome.
You were just like a kid in a candy store.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm hungry. So honestly, I think waiting this line was the one where I was like, I was promised food before we got in this line. And I was a little hangry going into it. So I was just like, I didn't enjoy it as much.
Traditional witch Halloween.
I just didn't enjoy it as much because...
the brand new iconic character.
So I blame that on you.
Pumpkin Lord, our
I did.
Lord and Savior.
I went and rewatched this one because I've not watched a video of it like since we went through it.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably would have landed lower on my list had I not rewatched that walkthrough. Because I was like, like the walls looking like the pumpkin guts, and
God,
there was
dude.
so much of it. It was a great house.
I just have to keep reminding myself that divorce is expensive.
You don't know how to pay bills.
Don't tell them that. Okay.
You wouldn't know how to live without me.
No, you've haunted me through every version of my existence. I'm pretty sure you've just reincarnated and hunted me down.
I'll find you even sooner in the next lifetime.
I hope not. My God, I hope not.
Okay, what was your 16?
Ghostbusters.
Okay.
I mean, again, falls right into the Beetlejuice thing. My mom and I watched Ghostbusters. Thought it was really, really great. Slimer, like I was at the right age that I thought that Slimer was such a fun, kooky little character, and so
I feel like Ghostbusters to you, like that age, I was more into Casper. That my Casper and your Ghostbusters. Shut up.
Casper's lame, dude.
Casper is girl coded. That whole movie. So I loved Casper, so I could see like, cause the other ghosts in Casper, like the little mean ones, that feels like Slimer to me, you know,
Not
like
even close.
Oh, shut it.
Not even close, dude.
Slimer,
spooky librarian versus like 3 idiot older brother weird ghosts. No.
Yeah, whatever. Ghostbusters is blue. Casper is pink.
Dude, you'll never be the keymaster or the gatekeeper. Like, I'm just saying.
Cool.
What a terrible take.
Oh, I think you're probably not going to be really happy about my 15 either. Honestly.
I'm still fucking mad.
About Wicked Growth?
About Wicked Growth, about Terrifier, a little upset about Fallout. You are just...
It's cool.
I don't even know why we did this.
We just have to know where we stand, you know?
Oh, my God.
You're probably not the only one that's going to be mad about it, but Blood Moon, Dark Offerings. I know.
Oh my God.
I even, after the first run through, I was the one in the group that I was just like, I don't know if I just missed a lot or I just maybe the scares didn't hit, because I was like the only one that was just like, okay, maybe it is only me that wasn't very impressed. I don't know. So then we went and did some more run throughs, and I, really took it all in. The set was great. I think the story, I just was like...
It was a cult that followed the Blood Moon and wiped out a village. The village was set like in this time period. They used tools from the time period to make some of the effects. There was a fucking maypole of organs.
Yeah.
With a bunch of creepy little kids, and then it was a massive set.
The chapel room.
Yes, with the mannequin effect.
Well,
that
and
was awesome.
some of them, were mannequins. Some were scare actors you didn't know. Yeah, that one was really cool. The belt, was it a bell tower? Right? Was it a bell tower?
Yeah, it was a bell tower.
Obviously the moon. I think I had higher expectations for this house, and it was coming off of the year after Greatest House of All Time, and it was like, oh, this is it's made by the same one. So I think I was expecting it to be better even than that, and so I was just disappointed, because honestly I should never expect something to beat my number one house.
I'm going to be dragging your name through the dirt for a while after that. That's
okay.
Terrible.
Hey, it's still 15.
It's only 15. How? You think you know a person.
I don't know. It just didn't. I think like I said, I think I had much higher expectations for it, and I just found it lacking. It just came in under expectation. So had my expectations been on the floor, it would have been higher, I'm sure. I just, you know. Okay, what was your number 15?
Okay, my number 15 was Universal Monsters Paris.
Ooh,
Yeah, take that.
ouch. Yeah, I don't like that.
I think it's the best use of Universal Monsters. Again,
Yeah, it was.
yeah, and I'm not saying it was bad in any way, shape, or form. Like, the effects were cool. The rain coming down, like, as soon as you walk in, you feel the streets of, like, London. You see Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the Invisible Man, Hunchback. It was, like, the first time that we got to see, like, a bungee scare. So I thought that was really
and
cool.
I love that they're still using that because I will say it over and over again. I love a house that you got to look up.
Give me that elevation.
Give me that elevation.
Yeah. I am a Creature fan. And I
know. I feel like you that is where your spite comes in. It's like every time there's a Universal Monsters house and like they'll have everyone in it except Creature, especially Paris. The fact that they could have incorporated it with like the catacombs and it being underground and like
not even that. Just give it a nod, like where they're going through like a museum or something and there's a piece of him.
Yeah.
Like, give me the hand. But no, we're not going to get that. We're going to continue to pump out dumbass stories like we did with Eternal Bloodlines.
Yeah.
And I don't get Creature. And I am upset. I just want the Gill Man to have a moment. Just one moment. Give me that, like, wet house. Give me the broken boat. Give me the scares and the scream. Like,
yeah.
I just want Creature, dude. I'm getting tired, boss.
Too much to ask.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 14 for me. Halloween.
14 for me. Halloween.
Okay. We're back.
We're back. We're so back. I mean,
this was the one I've been talking about that it's the same character throughout the whole house, but the way it was used was so much better than how we saw in Jason or in, I mean, even in Beetlejuice, you know, similar.
Yeah, we also almost lost our sweet Ginger in that house. You remember that?
And Texas Chainsaw. Yes, and that's some of those. It's just the experience we got is what will put a house higher, you know? And it was just the fact that it was like everywhere you looked, even in spots you didn't expect, he'd be there. And it was so on brand for Michael Myers.
Yeah, because he just shows up everywhere.
And he's just standing there menacingly half the time.
Yeah.
And like you're wondering if he's going to do something or not. So it was like the anticipation of it made it so good, you know? It's like all of a sudden you're like, oh, stairs. Oh shit, he's standing up at the top, you know? And it was just so good. And then yeah, you would just turn and he would just be there again. Yeah, so our friend, he was like, oh look, and there's one standing right here, and we all see him just standing there waiting for our friend to turn around and notice that he's just standing there. And so we all see him and he's all pointing to this one over here and we're like, yeah, we see that one.
Yeah, he turns around and then
it's just right there.
Yeah, and he does the like nervous horror laugh, which is don't ever change. Like, we love you.
Yep.
Don't ever change.
That was just one of those moments that ended up making that house so good for us. It was a great run through, great experience. And sometimes that will push a house higher just because of something that happened in it.
I can totally agree. Do you have anything else you want to talk about on Halloween? I thought it was a great, well executed house.
I thought that the house was better than the third movie in that trilogy.
That's not a hot take. I think everybody shares that.
So if the house can be better than a actual movie, it's pretty good.
Like Terrifier?
I mean, again, expectations on the floor there. Those movies are hot garbage. So, of course, the house is going to be better.
I'm also very sorry, my sweet Ginger. She's besmirched your boy. That's fine.
Care.
It's fine. 13. What are you doing?
13. Gulkin. Monsters of the North.
No shit. Damn,
That's
you put
why I
that
was
high.
that's why I was so upset with how low and surprised with how low you placed it.
It was cool. It really was cool, but it wasn't that cool.
It was. I thought, and this might have been one that I thought the concept, I liked the story, the idea behind it.
Mm-hmm.
But then before we went, I was seeing some stuff where people were saying it was just almost a regurgitate of Ghostbusters from the year before with the frozen big
Oh,
monster from Frozen Empire. Some people were saying it was just like a redo of that house.
well,
And
those people were wrong.
so then I was like, ooh, maybe it's not going to be that good. But then going into it, it was still really good. I don't know.
The Viking, like, it felt very fantasy, so it was very shred coded.
See, it's just my brand of fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, going through the monster was cool. Like you see this entity gather and absorb other monsters until she's this gigantic, demonic monstrosity, and you actually walk through her bowels, and there's creatures living inside, and you're like, wow, that's terrifying and cool. What a cool concept. But for me, I don't know what it was. Maybe I was hangry or something.
Shit.
So, it's a passable excuse apparently.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, 13 for you.
Yeti campground kills. Baby Yeti, toilet snake, bear, like HHN party bear. Our friend group literally has a tattoo of it.
I know.
Shots out. That's still the coolest. Like, he's got a lacto cooler and a party bear on his arm. That's fucking sick. But
great house.
It was awesome.
Nothing against it.
Great forest aesthetic throughout. You get to listen to the little Yeti get killed, and then the big Yetis are just all rampaging. Up in that business. Yeah. So that's my number 13. What's your number 12?
Number 12 for me, bugs eaten alive.
Damn, that is high for you. But again, 1950s, that's your thing.
I thought it was such a fun. So to me, where you call goblins fun and whimsical, bugs eaten alive was fun and whimsical for me.
You hate bugs.
I know. It was just fun.
And they did do the fishing line trick in there too, where they have a bunch of fishing lines from the ceiling, and so it's touching you. And
maybe that was it, because we talked about not a lot of houses get me, so ooh, creepy crawlies. So
that was another one where from back behind us we'd hear we have one distinct member that did not enjoy her hair being touched by the fishing line.
Yeah. So it was just fun. I loved the set. I enjoy anything to do with BuzzCon, so I have high hopes for this year that we might possibly be getting another BuzzCon themed house.
Mm-hmm.
They always hit for me. Like last year with the Scare Zone, loved it. So I really enjoyed Bugs Eaten Alive.
Okay, I think that's a good spot, and I like to see you have fun and whimsical things up high.
Okay, what was your 12?
Mine from our very first year was Puppet Theater.
Oosh.
Yeah, you tanked the hell out of that score.
Oh my God, I cannot believe it's that high on your list.
There is something so special to me about our first year.
Oh yeah.
It was a time we were going through a lot here, and I was still in the early stages of my career where I'm at now. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of stress, and there was we were just kind of getting, I don't want to say we were getting you into horror, but it became a big portion of what we were watching. It was a lot of me consuming at the time that we were going to go plan this trip. And I was like, I really want to go do this. I saw a TikTok of it one time and thought, okay, let me see what this is all about.
We had always wanted to go to Universal, and then we're like, well, let's plan the trip during this time so we can go to HHN. And it was just going to be a one-time thing, and yeah, it definitely hooked us for sure.
Yeah, and the fact that it was the plexiglass year was wild. But what they were able to do with the plexiglass in puppet theater was insane. I detest dolls. I detest them. Creepy old ass dolls, I'm out. It's just spooky to you. Yeah, it is spooky to me. So they utilized so many of those in many practical ways. There was like a golem made of doll heads that popped out, and it blended in with the wall basically, where it was able to kind of step out. And I thought the costuming was really well done. It was just, for me, it's very special. It's a very special house.
I'll accept that.
Okay.
Okay, number 11.
Yes.
Legends Collide.
Okay. That's a little aggressive.
No, it's not.
Look, you got your nose booped by Dracula.
I did. I got my nose booped
you.
by Dracula. It was, I don't know. I'm a sucker for, I've said this, I'm a sucker for a Universal Monsters house. And that's why Eternal Bloodlines was such a letdown. It was just like, it felt so wasted. But I just enjoyed it, you know? And it was another one of those, the endings had different endings, who won. And I always enjoy a house with a different ending, you know? And I just, yeah. No. But yeah, getting booped on the nose by Dracula. That was...
Been charmed, dude.
I've been charmed.
Ugh.
Okay, what was yours?
My number 11, Fallout.
Okay.
So I'm not super upset with you.
That okay. That's
I'm not as upset because you've besmirched Blood Moon.
Mine was in the top. Fallout was in my top 20.
Mm-hmm. So
But
I mean,
we were in the same 10.
Yeah.
Just on either end of it.
Yeah. But again, Fallout rules. All the details they did in the house that like were game references and the show references, and like every little nook and cranny had something special and had that post-apocalyptic, Fallout feel. And so I thought they did a home run with it. But you put it a little bit low. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. What was your number 10?
Getting into the top 10.
Yeah, breaking into 10.
Okay. Number 10 for me, WWE presents The Horrors of the Wyatt Six.
Okay. Elaborate.
Going into last year when this was rumored, I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I was like, okay, we're getting a little out of hand here with trying to pull in these other
fandoms
to try to pull people into the event that may not normally come. And I think I've seen wrestling once in my life, and that was within this last year, like since that house. So before going into this house, I'd never seen any WWE. So I had no...
Yeah, you're too busy watching Casper.
Shut up. I like to watch, real sports. I had no interest in this house at all. It was going to be, in my head, I was like, this is going to be a once through and just done. Mm-hmm. I expected this to be a Chucky 2.0 for me. Yeah. I had no interest in it. Then we watched the documentary, mm-hmm. and I was like, oh my God, like tugged on my like black heartstrings.
Yeah, very surprising that happened, but go on.
And then the house, I thought it was so good. And I don't even, like, all I knew, again, frame of reference, all I had was that documentary. Mm-hmm. Didn't have any prior knowledge, and I didn't go watch any videos of old matches or whatever. So that's all I had. So I still didn't, and that's all the history and story of all these characters. That's all I knew. Mm-hmm. So I know there was still stuff in that house that was probably still lost on me, but I thought it was so well done. The characters and the mask and the costuming and everything, it was so good. A lot of the physicality of the scare actors.
They made big beefy boys in that house, and they did a great job
those. And I guess, in a lot of houses, even IPs, yes, they are performing as characters from stuff we've already seen, but the like mannerisms and stuff. I don't know. I felt like they really captured that really well.
Yeah.
And then also they used screens. The use of screens in this house was really well done.
Yeah. Instead
Whereas
of putting just
we
a bunch
had
of
the
nonsense.
stupid fucking Chucky house with all the stupid screens that were just, nothing.
Yeah.
So I was just so surprised with this house, and I liked it so much more than I would have ever imagined. And I don't know, it kind of blew me away, like, and it maybe because expectations were on the floor. So
Yeah,
it
we gotta cure you of that.
But yeah.
We need you to be neutral on every house. That's what I need. I need
get-
you to be neutral in every house.
Well, okay, but the fact that I'm not a WWE fan
Right.
and all I had knowledge was that one documentary, and it still impressed me as much as it did. I think that's why it deserves to be in my top 10, because I could say the exact same thing about Chucky. I am not a Chucky fan. Yes, I've seen the movie, but I've seen like the first movie and then maybe snippets of the other ones if they've just been on TV, flipping through channels or whatever.
Yeah.
So I would say my like and knowledge of both of those IPs were similar going in, and look at the difference in the outcome.
Fair.
That's why it's so high on my list, because just looking at it as a house, thought it was great.
Okay.
So, all right, you're number 10.
Haunting of Hill House.
Okay. I
figured this was going to go top 5 for you.
can only, just because it broke your top 10, I will not just obliterate you about that.
Again,
That was one I was ready to burn it all down for if it had been, because I know my top is going to be somewhere high for you, because if it wasn't, then you're just dumb. But
all right.
I mean, facts are facts. But Hill House, I was ready to go. I was ready to beat down about that one if it was low on your list.
No, I think like you and I are both big Mike Flanagan fans.
Mm-hmm.
You are definitely the bigger of the two.
Yeah.
When it comes to Haunting of Hill House, I am a Midnight Mass fella.
Mm-hmm.
Creature feature over spooky hauntings, but again, like the bowler hat guy.
Bowler hat.
Yeah, the guy in the bowler hat.
Yeah.
Again, we've recently watched Meet the Robinsons for the first time, so that's the first thing that came to my mind. But the way that they used Mel's bent neck lady, spoiler alert, is it was just so insane how the falling from the ceiling.
Well, it was it uncovered it, you know, and you just look, you hear it, because they use that, they'll slide down a piece of wood where it'll like reveal something to make you jump because it's such a hard hit.
Yes.
But it slid above, because it's over your head and you look, and yeah, it's like she's floating, like where she's like over the couch in that one scene. Yeah. I'll talk about my love for that house more when we get to it. But yeah. Okay. Top 10. I'm all right. You will live to see another day.
All right. What's your number 9?
Number 9. Insidious the Further.
Okay, a little bit lower than I had it, but it's probably one of the scariest houses that we've for most people, in the effective use of jump scares. And like, I never thought that a house full of curtains could be so well done.
Yeah, I liked it. It gave suspense. Insidious just never scared me. It made me laugh more than anything. Talked about that before. So Insidious has never scared me, but it was still a really well done house. I liked how there was a lot of like picture frames that was like a curtain they would jump through. We got to see newer forms of scares that we hadn't seen before. But yeah, the lipstick demon in his bush. It was just like, okay. And it was another one where people were like, oh my God, this is the scariest house I've ever been to. And so I was like, oh, maybe I'll actually like
It got me a couple of times with
I
a
think,
good jump or
yeah,
two.
I
and it
think I
was
got a good
solid.
jump scare here and there. So I mean, that's saying something. But yeah, the curtains, and then if he didn't jump out, it was just them moving, you know.
Yeah, and I mean, you were in for like a triple whammy at any point in
Mm-hmm.
time, where like you turn here, this corner here, and that same actor from the first scare
Mm-hmm.
has hauled ass
Yep.
behind a curtain to get to the
And
third.
I like, you know, that narrowed in, you know, with the curtains,
Mm-hmm.
and it was good. It was a great house. I mean, shoot, it's my number 9.
Yeah.
Like,
I can appreciate that. My number 9, Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunter.
I cannot believe you put that lower than me. That's
Look,
surprising.
It was incredible.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, I got it.
Yeah.
I have it higher.
I mean, I'm happy, but you are, a little more yeehaw than me.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Well, I mean, I never showed animals or anything cool like that, but again, it's fine. It's not a big deal. I thought Hatchet and Chains was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best thing that could have come out of Slaughter Cinema. So
Let's not get into that again.
I'm just saying. But Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters, what great set pieces, what fun scares, like the use of a mannequin on a chain being thrown at you as you're walking by is really cool. The dialogue was great. The Western accents were super fun. Get back here, you son of a bitch.
Pulling it back through the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. And so for me, it was just a fun cowboy house, and that makes me so hopeful for Cowboys and Aliens or whatever our speculation map is saying right now.
Yeah.
Give me more Cowboys.
Yeah. It said something, there's been a name that's been thrown out there for that one, and it's like the invasion of Lightning Gulch.
Yeah, which Lightning Gulch is an older house.
Oh, okay.
So it's within HHN lore.
Yeah.
And so we'll do a deep dive on that too. 'Cause
Whatever it
it's pretty
is, they do cowboy, they do Western really well.
cool. Yeah.
And I remember, I'll talk about it when I get to it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Number 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
Slaughter Cinema 2.
Hey, you know what? Like what you like, girl. Live your best life.
You know what? That's just that is such a bad take.
A guy throwing up on you, a trench with some robot
you just
zombies.
get so much. Like
Christmas. Like, yeah, you get so much in such a small space that it's just like each one of these could have been so cool. Even if you cut them in half. Like, let's say you take the top 4 of that and you expand on that more. Blood and Chum, great prop, cool shark puppet.
here's my thinking of it. First off, you know that they're using these to test what parts of it were received better.
Yeah.
Okay. Or it is stuff they know they already have planned. And then we get to look back and be like, oh my God, there was an Easter egg all these years ago, or whatever. Okay. So it just gives you excitement for future years because of what you might see.
If I have to have...
Which is exactly what, like, the best thing about movie trailers, It's kind of like sitting in the movie and you're watching the trailers, and after one's over, we look over at each other and we're like, we got to watch that, or we're definitely not watching that.
True.
And so it's just fun or be like, well, if they make that one, that's going to be shit, or I wonder how they could make that one good,
Yeah. I think the thing for me...
Also, some of them that probably would not make a good Full House. Like, they have this concept.
Oh, yeah, mummy strippers.
Yeah. I mean, however they would make that a Full House, I guess we'd see. But it was cool. It's just a singular room. So we still got to see the concept, even though maybe there was no way to flesh it out into a Full House. Like, okay, something like Hellblock Horror. Terrible as a Full House.
Yep, last minute edition because Evil Dead fell through.
Yeah, but
yeah, again, they don't get a pass because it was still something that we paid for, and so
if they had just put it into one room in like a Slaughter Cinema type, there's just been houses that felt really watered down because it's like they stretched it out into a whole house where it's like would have been better condensed and just gotten to see that. And if it had just been a singular room in Slaughter Cinema, could have been great.
I think my hottest take on Slaughter Cinema is that it is 8 one-trick ponies. all back to back to back. That's it.
Well, they gonna pull that wagon. That's for sure.
No, they're
You
not.
got 8.
Mardi Gras Massacre.
Their one trick is pulling that wagon.
Half of them stunk. And I don't mean that in like the scare actors did everything
but
they were
that's
supposed
what
to.
it is. It's like you go see movie trailers and they do. You got some stinkers. Like,
why do I have to experience it? I paid for this experience. Give me a full house. And if Hellblock Horror was so bad, why didn't we get like?
It's just not for you, I guess.
Yeah, it's not. And I want people to know that I don't hate any of these houses in like a way that I've ever been super disappointed.
Yeah.
Like I've never gone to the event and thought, well, this event is ruined. I've never gone, this event is ruined because I had to walk through Hellblock Horror or I had to walk through a Chucky house.
I didn't say it was ruined. I just said I would rather not have.
Yeah, it would definitely
it
distracted from the full overarching experience. But again, like Halloween Horror Nights does such a great job with what they do. Slaughter Cinema, not my jam.
No,
that's all I'm going to say.
Agree to disagree, and we'll have people tell you that you're
wrong. Okay.
Okay, what was your 8?
Terrifier. Terrifier at my 8. I thought it was really cool set pieces. Like the very opening of it was great. The poop room was yucky. Like the fact that there was like dirty underwear hanging from clotheslines, you're just like, ooh. It was gross. For me, it did cross all the boxes that I kind of wanted in an art house.
Yeah.
We got gratuitous amounts of art. I did not get character fatigue. I knew what it was coming through.
Mm-hmm.
The scares were pretty effective. The different locations were good. And then all of the scare actors that played art had such good like range of facial features. They did such a good job. So for me, like Terrifier was a home run.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it.
I mean, it being in my top 20 tells you how good I thought the house was compared to the movies. So,
yeah.
Okay, number 7. I feel like this fits this spot for me.
Okay.
Hatchet and Chains Demon Bounty Hunters.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I was 2 off of you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But it just edges out Slaughter Cinema because it was a full pull from it. You know?
I won't digress.
Everything you said about it, I agree. It's a great house. I mean, from beginning to end, the facade, I mean, it was all just really good. So, number 7.
Okay. Goblin's Feast is finally on my list.
Yeah.
How low did you have Goblin's Feast?
33.
Uh-huh. You're going to tank that average.
That's okay. I've got a couple here.
There's whimsy, there's fun, there's lovable little goblins.
Your brand of fantasy.
The perfect brand of fantasy. You just don't have an appreciation for fun, it feels like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Goblin's Feast rules. If nobody has checked it out, watch a walkthrough, then you can make fun of her for how terrible her take is. It's rad.
All right. Number 6. Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins.
Look, I know that you're like a star lady and you think that like the symbols are cool or whatever. Star magic doesn't affect me. And it's fine. Like Dr. Oddfellow, obviously we love him as a character. He's like our first icon.
Yeah, the people that are like so attached to like Jack or, you know, any of the other older icons, that is Dr. Oddfellow to me. I love Dr. Oddfellow. I feel like his whole backstory, like everything. I love it. And so, again, that house. And also because I got to watch you scurry out of there like a little girl. I like, there was so much because like having to, like every time we wanted to go run through it again, you were just like, okay. So, but no, the house was great. I love Dr. Oddfellow. I loved the deeper story into it. You've got that little flash of like Jack in it, you know, so I loved that house.
I think it was a great house. Like, again, I have nothing super negative to say, but for me, it just was not as good. And that's okay. We can agree to disagree on that one. But Goblin's Feast is something that we are going to have to really go through some therapy for.
Looking at our top 5, we're going to have 3 that are the same in our top 5.
Well, that's nice.
So
one of them is going to be I'm going to rant and rave on one, but it's fine.
Okay.
My number 6 was Wicked Growth.
Okay.
Our Gordon Savior, the Great Pumpkin Lord, witches, old school Halloween, first year at HHN. Like, when I think of what locked me in to that event, it was that.
Yeah.
The canopy of pumpkins with like the pumpkin tower as you're like walking, getting closer and closer to the house. It was so cool. And you're ascending through this house and you're seeing different like witchy like cauldrons and effects. There's a bridge that you can look down that like not a whole lot of people remember that part, but it was really, really cool the way they did that effect. And so for me, I think Wicked Growth is the reason that my HHN like obsession has kind of come to fruition.
Okay. I see that. I have another house from that year that was mine, and we'll get to that. Okay. So number 5, top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5. Okay. Number 5, Darkest Deal.
Okay. We're not too far off.
Well, obviously, we've got 5 left.
Yeah.
So
we can both gush on Darkest Deal.
Yeah, God, that house was just the story, the effects, like the book where it's like writing his name, you know, and it pops up.
Yeah, the red lettering as his, like you're walking by and you can see the effect of his name being crossed on it. The cornfield, the crossroads, like all that was really, really sick.
Yep.
The like old school blues like, that plays through the entire house is awesome. And so you get to see this motley crew of demons and humans having these interactions throughout it, and it's just in the wake of him playing his guitar.
Yep.
So it's just
making the deal, you know. If it was so funny because it was like the same story as in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, where he literally like makes a deal with the Crossroads demon to become like a famous singer.
Now, if there was an Easter egg where they did in fact play some of the music from, that'd be funny.
But the guy they pick up, and he sold his soul.
Yeah,
play that guitar.
And another thing too, I think Darkest Deal. I think that's one of the reasons so many people are very excited for Sinners. With that speculation, because same vibe, same feel, same like era. I'm about it. And so for me, give me Darkest Deal any
where
year.
we've seen, you know, the westerns with Hatchet and Chains, knowing that it's going to be a great, if it's like a cowboy alien house. Similar, Darkest Deal translates well to Sinners. So okay, what's your number 5?
Insidious the Further.
Okay.
That's again, it was an effective use of scares. When you're walking through the Further, you get all of those jump scares coming out of the black sheets. It was just great. Like, Lipstick Demon, again, I had a very different reaction than you. I definitely didn't laugh at it. I was a little freaked out the first time I saw him. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I think it deserves a top 5 spot, and it's the only IP in my top 5.
Okay. Mine's split, favoring originals, but okay.
What's your number 4?
Number 4, Universal Monsters Paris. That is my favorite Universal Monsters house I've ever seen.
Okay.
It just, the setting, the new characters, some of the lesser known or lesser, you know, it's not Wolfman, Dracula, Mummy.
It's not a fucking creature either.
It's not a fucking creature. The, you know, Hunchback with the bungee ring in the bell tower, like that effect. Again, it was just new, something new, and has lent to using something similar in another amazing house. It was good. I loved that house.
It was
So,
good. The Invisible Man,
Invisible
he
Man.
did that with the mannequin effect was really, really great.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't have anything negative to say
Yeah.
about it. I thought it was really good.
So, okay. Number 4 for you.
Dark Steel.
Dark Steel. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I mean slam dunk. So
Yeah.
number 3. What was your number 3?
El Artista.
Okay, I had El Artista at number 3 too.
Okay.
I think the El Artista Spanish Haunting was. I think it deserves a top 3 spot.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many times that I've looked through other walkthroughs. I'm like, I just missed that.
Yeah. Well, and then they did the last day. They had the little Jack, like totem, which is like what Fear has, like Fear's totem of Jack.
Yeah.
They had the canvas that had the Oddfellow symbol on it, so they used that as a teaser for this year. And then you're like, well, how does that all come in? Like, is Oddfellows, universe or something similar to like these paintings where it like captures things? I don't know. It was such a great house, and it was so beautiful.
It was a spectacle for the eyes.
Oh my gosh. And then the first off, just the exterior, walking into the soundstage, and it's just a whole freaking house in there, and then you're walking through, and then you get to that like courtyard, and there's the fountain and the statues, and then you see like the gargoyles like on the harnesses and like the little zip line.
Yeah.
It was just so good, and some of the effects they did with like, what was it, like broken glass, like a screen, but it was like a window breaking, and I think that's maybe like where the gargoyle was jumping through, maybe.
Yes, up in the top. So again, it played with elevation. It did such a great job. Like anytime that you have a sound stage and you can perform to this caliber, I think it's quintessentially HHN. These are the houses that you build your trip around. After you see people do walkthroughs, after you've experienced it, like, you have to take a minute to just think.
And it's just it's the creative teams. Like they pull people to the events with the IPs and the names, but where these creative teams and designers and the scare actors, because they get more freedom because it's an original character instead of trying to fit the mold of a character that everyone knows and how they're supposed to act and look and sound.
And you don't have the IP holder like saying, "Oh, I don't want this. I don't want this." You can't do that.
So they really get to flex their creative muscles and just make some of these amazing houses.
Yeah.
And El Artista was one of them. The fact that it was like the paintings coming to life, or the creatures that were, trapped in the paintings, and you'd see them, and those were what was haunting him. And getting to see it like that. And then that was another good, it was a progression one where you got to see throughout the house, like as it went on, how it was affecting him. And then the culmination of, he died and he was like up in the tree.
Yeah.
And
so like it opens too, like if we were ever to go back to the house at a later point, we would get to see him in there, being part of the haunt.
And that was at the very end. You see him again, and he's like a ghost, he is now haunting the house. So I love a good haunted house.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think they played their cards just right on it. It was artsy. It was fun. It had great scares. The storytelling was beautiful. I think it's difficult for me. Like my top 3, I knew where they were going to fall immediately, but it's so, you build your trip around these 3 houses. Yeah. Like for me, like it is something that when I tell people, this is why you should come be part of our group, come hang out, join our cult.
Yeah.
These are the houses.
Yeah. If I was going to try to sell HHN to someone, these are the houses that I'm like, look at what you could experience.
Yeah. So, my number 2 and your number 2, huh?
Oh yeah.
My number 2 and your number 2 are vastly different.
Oh, I'm sure. So, my number 2, I know I probably 9.5 out of 10 people would give me shit for my number 2 being over El Artista.
Okay.
But, and it was the tiebreaker there, I guess, was just because number 2 was my first year. That was my hook. Like that one hooked me.
Okay.
And so it just, I would attribute my love for HHN, the need to go back, and then the fact, and then every great year, every memory, everything we've had since then,
Mm-hmm.
I could attribute to this house, because had it not been there, had I not gotten, I mean, hooked on HHN because of this house,
Yeah.
may not have ever gone back. Who knows? You know, or we may not have gone back every year. You know, we might have been like, oh, this might be the next year we ever went or something, you know? So my number 2, Haunting of Hill House.
I figured it was going to be in your top 3.
Yeah.
And
again,
that's
it
fine.
was the quality of the house. El Artista was a better quality house. Haunting of Hill House was still amazing. But I can remember, so I know that we went through Case Files was our very first house. I don't remember where we went. I think we might have done another one. I know we did Hill House early, because that was the one I was looking forward to the most, because I love Haunting of Hill House.
Mm-hmm.
It checks so many of my horror boxes. First off, it's a haunted house. I mean, doesn't get much better than that for me. And then the fact that it was like, it had a drawn out story, it kept you guessing, and then it lends itself to so many rewatches, because you don't realize everything you missed and everything that was in plain sight, and you just, you know, it was so just, it was hidden in plain sight. Everything, it was so good. Like it's such a good horror, you know, media for me. And I love it. And so getting to see it as a house, like getting to experience it, like walk through it. So this one was the first one I think this was the first soundstage house that we went through, because I remember walking in, you know, it was in the same place the Weekend house was in. I remember it being the same queue, and they had the projection up on the building, you know, outside of it, and that's all you see. And then you walk in, and it's literally the front of the house.
Yeah.
And I was so awestruck by the magnitude of it, because walking into Case Files, it didn't have as big of like a front facade.
Yeah, you just walk through the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But walking in and it being like the front of the house, like the porch and everything, and like the porch light was such like a, you know, just seeing it. And it was just like, holy cow, this is crazy, you know? And I could just feel myself just light up. And I was like, oh man, you know, I was a goner. And then going through the house and, you know, yeah, seeing Bent Neck Lady above, like in the ceiling, and the you know, bowler hat guy or whatever, stilt walker, just like would be hiding around a corner or just standing there, and you'd walk and you would just see the legs, and then you like look up and he's just looming, which was such, you know, so in character for that ghost. And I just, like I said, love the IP so much. Love Mike Flanagan, all the Flaniverse, but it's my favorite of all the Mike Flanagan, you know, projects.
Mm-hmm.
And getting to see it as a house, and then, I mean, that was my hook. That is what got me so just hooked on HHN.
Yeah.
And I know, like, it's not that way for a lot of people, but
it was the IP that got you hooked.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think everybody, for the most part, probably has that moment, right?
Mm-hmm. So that's why it has to be so high on my list, because I mean, I absolutely loved it. It was a great house, all the effects. But the fact that I would attribute my, you know, just getting latched onto HHN to that house because I was in awe because it was the first one walking in, having such the grand set, not having any idea that any of the houses could be like that.
Yeah.
Because again, hadn't done any walkthrough videos, never seen anything about any of the houses at HHN. So had no idea they would be at that scale. And it was just amazement that they build stuff like that every single year just for, 3 months, 2.5 months of stuff. And the fact that they get it built, do it, tear it down, and then do it all again the next year. It was just crazy to me. So, but yeah, Haunting of Hill House, my number 2.
That brings me to my number 2. Blood Moon, Dark Offerings.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for a cult. I love the Cthulhu style, like, a bunch of weird fucking townspeople are, slowly turning on each other in this crazed like frenzy. And for me, I had a moment similar to my number 1 where I walk in and, you saw what you just talked about with your Hill house, like you see the facade. When it opens up into this courtyard and you can see all these buildings and you can see fences and you can see people walking this whole portion of it. And there's a maypole where there are guts spun around the maypole with somebody up at the top. You're just, for me, it was so just, oh my God, this is tailored to me. And so when I find other like-minded individuals who are like, that's your jam. If I can convince any listener that we have to go watch our top 3 houses and get an idea for what this event can really bring you, you will have a hard time with FOMO, in my opinion. But for me, Blood Moon was almost not. I'm not going to say it was in the same. Our number 1 is just too good.
Yeah.
Right. It is special. But for number 2, number 3, El Artista and Blood Moon, it was just, they're in the same conversation. I just was stuck. Like, I think I remember you had to push me to go forward because I was just like, oh, I need to like take a mental picture. Like, let me breathe all this in for a minute. So for me, Blood Moon Dark Offerings was easily my number 2.
Yeah. And I am not surprised about that at all for you because I remember how much you love that house, and I don't know what it was that just didn't hit on that house for me. The sets and everything were amazing.
Yeah.
I think it must have just been the story for me. It was just like, okay, I don't know.
That's okay.
So the fact that it was just set without a story to just make it super cohesive for me, I don't know. So
okay.
But yeah, so number 1, it's only one left, so it's neither of us has said it, which if this hadn't have been your number 1 also, I again really would have questioned your sanity.
There's no way, as much as we talk about this house,
you had to have known this was my number 1.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So number 1 for both of us is going to be Dead Man's Pier, Winter's Wake.
Yep. The quintessential white whale of HHN.
I mean, it is, to me, there's such a space between number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
Like
they're in a conversation to like for what you want for the event, but if you had one shot to get one person hooked.
Oh yeah.
This is the house.
It would be.
And which is so cool because it was the year that we convinced our friends to come with us.
Mm-hmm. It was it was our second year.
Yeah, it was our second year, and we got all of our friends.
To go with us, and especially that year, I remember there being, because that was like the Hell Block horror year. There was there was such a gap in quality of houses that year. So there was like a bunch of kind of mediocre ones, and then Dead Man's Pier was just the absolute clear front runner.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that was our second year to go, and we've been 3 years since. There has not been a house that I mean, El Artista for the as an original comes closest to me for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like I said, I think that's why Blood Moon. I was expecting it to be even better than Dead Man's Pier, and I'm like in my head, I was like, "There's no way," but that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And it didn't. I guess coming right off of Dead Man's Pier, like it was like that house was like life changing for me. I don't know, it was just so amazing because I remember our first run through of that house. You know, we usually have our order that we go in the line. And I was just like, hey, can I go first in this one? And we got like such a good run through. And I don't know if we just hit it at a good time. We weren't being ushered through. And there was like nobody in front of us.
Yeah. We got to pause in the courtyard area.
Okay, first off, we got the guys in the diving suits and you get the neon colors and like it's so cool.
One of the coolest characters they've done.
And then you're walking along the little bridge and there's like a water and then the ship and it's got the ice on it and it's got cold and like, you know, fog coming up from it and it's right there. And then I'm leading the pack and we come around this corner and I stopped dead in my tracks. There was nobody in front of me. I come around the corner to the ship with the ghost violinist up there. And my jaw was on the floor throughout that whole house. But coming around that corner and seeing that scene, that will stick with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I just remember looking back at the group and just being like, oh my God, y'all don't even know what you're about to see, you know? And I remember I turned around because I wanted to see everyone's reactions because it was just amazing.
If you talk about beat for beat of how you make an artist's touch to a haunted house, this is what you look for.
Mm-hmm.
The story beats were perfect. You get all the exposition you need. You don't need to know anything about it except for listen to what's being said at the shanty town.
Yep.
Listen to the guy behind the bar and just enjoy. And it had a bungee effect. I think that was our first bungee effect that we actually got to see.
Yeah.
So the not the bungee effect, the zip line.
Oh yeah.
Effect. The two guys in the diver suits are still some of the most iconic characters that come to my mind because it was just so cool. When I walked through it, so it was that same first run that we got to see them. The masks for me were turned off until I got next to them, and then they did a lunge, and the light comes on, and you can see their faces with all the neon paint all over it, and it was just such a. I just remember like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And then we get to that room, and you can hear the violin when you turn the corner, and you're like,
it was spooky.
Oh, that is spooky. Like, what a weird
and
vibe.
Come around, and it's literally a crash ship, a sinking
ocean.
Ship. And she's standing up on like the mast that's like coming up out of the water. Just this ghostly figure up there playing a violin. And I mean, just amazing.
Yeah. And they pumped enough smells and like cold into that house that you could smell the sea. Like,
yeah.
It was just, it is the greatest house I think that we will ever get to see.
Yeah. And if I never see a better house than it, that's fine, because then I would almost be sad that it got dethroned because I will be talking about that house till the day I die when in conversations about HHN. I do want to make the point that especially your 1, 2, 3, that was the same creative team that did those 3 houses.
They've got me locked down.
You know, and I mean, that's my 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Blood Moon, I think it's still my top 15. It's still an amazing house.
Yeah.
It just didn't check all the boxes, I guess, some of them. But
listen, at the end of the day, we're just 2 different people who are very passionate about the same event, right?
Yep.
And we have these discussions because we're so passionate about it. I personally, if we can get one person who's listening or watching this to go and have an experience like this.
If you're a horror fan, absolutely. Like, this needs to be on your bucket list, because watching a movie, reading a book is one thing, but and yeah, you might go to your local haunts, but I mean, these are literally like movie set quality. Like, you are literally walking through the horror movies.
And nothing feels so gratuitous that you don't have to be the bravest person to go to this event. There are houses that are definitely higher on the scare scale. There are some that are more on the comedy side. And so you've got such a great mix.
Mm-hmm.
What I like is that it is not somebody intentionally trying to just shock factor and jump scare and do all that.
Yeah, you can go to a haunt that, like the ones that you've got to sign a waiver because they're actually going to like hurt you.
Here's a snake. Like,
yeah.
What are we doing?
It's the production quality.
Exactly.
And, that's what I appreciate most about it. And it just blows me away every year is
the team members that are a part of it, the scare actors, everybody at that event that works under that Universal branch has cultivated an amazing community, a great fandom. There's going to be some stinkers, there is every time.
Well, I mean, they're putting 10 houses together.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not talking house quality. I'm talking about members in the fandom who can definitely make your experience less.
Yeah, there are definitely stinky people in the fandom. Take your deodorant to HHN, please, for the love of God.
And please drink water between your drinks.
Yep.
If not, you'll be thrown up in the girls' bathroom, and it's real yucky.
Oh, God. Why'd you have to bring that one up?
Yeah. That was nobody in our group.
Nope. Just some lady just standing in line, just leaned over and started puking on the floor. And I was like, I've got to turn around or I'm going to join her.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't be that person. That's gross.
Okay. I liked this suggestion. This was a really great suggestion. So thank you very much for putting that out into the universe, my friend. I want to know what our lists are going to look like in the next few years.
Even just after this year, it's going to be fun to see where these houses slot in, to this current list. And it's just the excitement of every year is, what are they going to do next?
Yeah.
Where, it went from our second year to our fifth year getting, a top 3 like from Dead Man's Pier to El Artista.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, probably my top 35, none of those I really had any gripes against. And so it was hard to rank those because I love them all. Like, I really had to kind of get into the weeds about nitpicky what I didn't like to figure out where I could, bump one down or bump one up. So that's,
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the list grows. And then also I would like to, if you in post-production can magic up here, I want to know what our averages of the houses are.
We're going to come together.
Yeah, we need to come back as a familiar unit. So I would like to see what that is.
Okay.
So
we'll give just a general Better Dig 2 ranking.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that.
I know the Goblin's Feast is going to go down. Slaughter Cinema is going to go down. There were some big hits, but at the end of the day, I can still live with you. I think you're okay. You're pretty okay.
Yeah, we still have some points of contention, but
okay.
Our marriage survived it.
All right.
We can still go to HHN together this
year. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We've already got it planned. We've got a whole group going.
Yep.
But there you have it. That's all 50 houses of HHN over the past 5 years. I love this. I want to continue this. Let us know down below if we got it completely wrong, if your taste is so much more better than ours, or you had a house that we just placed super low and you can defend it. You can white knight it if you want. But
And speaking of tastes, I really do think we need to do a whole food ranking. Just maybe some of the highlighted ones, because there's so much food.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the things
the highlighted ones, I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun too.
Alrighty. Well, join us next week as we do our movie review for Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up.
Yep. So that'll be next week. But until then, like, subscribe, and share for more horrifying content. We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay spooky.